Welcome back, everyone. Marcelo is my name. Actually, a good friend of mine calls me Marcello. I'm Argentinian, we say Marcelo. Italians, he's Italian, he says Marcello. I have French friends who call me Marcel. But hey man, I'm cool with any of those. I am the niche fragrance collector. I'm all things about niche perfumery, and I'm gonna continue my conversation about all things Orto Parisi and Alessandro Galtieri. Big fan of all his perfumes. Today I wanna focus on Verde, which means green in Latin. And you can tell from the bottle that what kind of fragrance we're talking about here. There's one thing that I want to address first, and that is the power of scent. I think we underestimate how powerful smell is and how powerful smell is in our lives. A nice citrus fragrance can brighten your mood. Certain smells can make us feel good. Smells can take us back in time. And also smell, see, this is something that sometimes we tend to not want to talk about, but each of us has a unique funk, if you want to call it a funk, but it's a unique soul. We emanate a particular smell, and it's on that I want to read this. Now, I know that I always take these sort of things with a grain of salt because I recognize that they are designed as marketing, they're designed to promote and communicate, yada, yada. But in this case here, I completely agree. I'm like, yes, Alessandro, I believe what you're saying is true. And that is, the parts of the body that carry more smell are those where more soul is collected. I love kissing my family, no random strangers. I love kissing my family here, in this space here. That smell that is there is, in my opinion, their soul. My mother passed away a number of years ago now, and she was bedridden for quite a while, but whenever I would visit her, so I would visit her daily, she knew, she'd always turn her head and I would smell her first and kiss her next. I wanted to smell her. I wanted to feel her essence, essentially. My son, when he was young, he would accuse me that I never kissed him. I only smelled him. When I'd kiss him, give him a kiss goodnight, I would give him a kiss, I promise. But I would breathe in this space here and breathe in their essence, essentially. Now, I find that Verde is a fragrance that amplifies my scent. There's another great fragrance by Alessandro called Silver Musk. Now, Silver Musk is part of his Nasomatto range. And I've said before that this one here is what I dream my natural musk smells like. Verde, on the other hand, grabs me, Marcello, and amplifies my natural essence. This fragrance here has a wonderful masculine trait. I know that fragrance is unisex, no problems at all. However, in this case here, I'm going to say this is definitely masculine leaning, and I'll go one further. This is not a boy fragrance, so I don't know if a young man can pull it off. I'd be curious to know if you are in your mid-20s and you have Verde. I'd love to hear from you. But this is 30, 40 plus. There's something more to this fragrance. If I were to categorize it quickly, for me, this is aromatic. It starts off aromatic, very bright. Actually, right now, I'm still getting those wonderful aromatic, sort of herbal components to it. It then goes green, and then it settles into woods. Alessandro doesn't share his nose. It doesn't tell you what's in the fragrance. I love that because he basically says, smell it. If you like it, cool. If you don't, no problems. Grab another perfume and go with that. One of the stories that's related to this particular fragrance and how it was created, Alessandro was saying that he was traveling through Yemen and he came across men who had made crowns made of aromatic herbs and flowers. And he's saying that with the heat of the place, that it was a mixture of the body scent that was coming out for these men and these crowns, and it was creating quite a unique scent. Now, he said that the three herbal or aromatic herbs that were in that crown was sage, thyme, and rosemary. And that's the only hint that we're getting that, yes, those ingredients are actually in this particular fragrance. So you're getting this wonderful herbal, aromatic component to it, which stays throughout the whole fragrance. I find that the first few hours of the fragrance, I have wonderful sillage. It pushes out to a moderate. Then after, say, 2 or 3 hours, It does come into a body scent. However, people, when they come into my vicinity or come close to me, they are picking up this particular fragrance. And this fragrance, 6-7 hours, I'm still rocking that oomph that this fragrance actually has. It does dry down. Another thing that Alessandro says that all the Orto Parisis do have an oud signature. So I'm going to say that there's definitely oud in here because it does go down into a woody. There's even a mustiness to it. So I'm putting it out there that I think there is patchouli in here too. There is a cedar kind of feel to it. There's a pine, that green, that freshness from the pine too. This is an awesome day fragrance. I love wearing this as my day-to-day fragrance. This is my office. I mow the lawn in this particular fragrance. I go to the gym. If I am going to the gym, heads up here, if I am going to the gym, it's one spray on the chest, bada bing, and that's where it ends. Anything more than that, it'll just blow your brain. On a day-to-day basis, I actually wear this 3 times, one on my solar plex or my chest. When I say chest, I mean here, my solar plex, one on the stomach, one on my arm. More than that, I think it'll just, the Orto Parisi are designed to be long-lasting. Just be careful, they are pretty potent. It's interesting that when I first tested this fragrance, those aromatic herbal notes that are in there, it did take me back to a place in time. I did mention in another video that I created, another episode that I created for a fragrance called Quintessence, a Greek house in this particular case. This took me back to Rhodes again. So I was staying at this wonderful boutique hotel, family owned. One day, not feeling that great. The owner's wife, she made me a herbal mountain tea. She actually said to me, I've got this tea that I handpicked these herbs. This fragrance, so there are components in here that is coming through. So it could be that thyme or it could be the sage. But there is something in there that actually took me back again to Rhodes and to that place in time. There is power in scent. Scent has the ability to remind us of things. Scent has the ability to take us to another place, to change our moods and to amplify who we are. See, it's more than just a perfume. There's something more to this, which is what I love. I also know one thing else, that the inlay in this particular cap is guaiac wood. And we know, well, guaiac wood is Palo Santo, sacred wood. And so there's something in here. I think Alessandro is hinting at that this is a fragrance for your soul, for your soul to amplify you, your soul, your soul essence. Thank you, everyone. I know it's just a perfume, but lately I've been saying perfume is life. And I think that's, for me, that is the case. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Vita Dare. Is it something that you are enjoying? If you are, as I mentioned earlier, a mid-20-year-old, is Vita Dare something that you're rocking? Or do you have to be a more of a gentleman, you know, a more mature man to be wearing this? Love to hear from you guys. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you guys all on the next episode.